Hey, Grand Ascension, everyone. It's me, Nisi Denise, back to do, I guess, another video. This one's going to be kind of different. So for all of you fellas, y'all just kind of have to hang back for a minute because I'm going to talk about a lot of different things. It is not geared toward a female, but I just wanted to do a health check, sanity check, check in with you guys. It's a long weekend for me. So I wanted to just share a little bit of stuff that I got going on over here. Okay. So where do I want to start? So, shout out to Original Lone Wolf. Saw your video this morning. Been up since like 4 a.m. My chihuahuas had to go outside. So I put on your video, and I'm good about starting anybody's video and then coming back to it later on because sometimes you get distracted and other things happen. Shout out to you for holding us accountable and saying that we all need to focus on going within. Chief Rebel says it all the time. So does Camiro, Job 432, everybody in the community, and just people that I know in my small circle always talk about self-improvement and doing better for thyself. I have to hold myself accountable because I have a whole gym in the other room that I'm not even using, like it's getting dust on it. I purchased it during the quote unquote fake demic, the pandemic. And it's practically brand new and I still have plastic on some of it. Right. And I mean, I even kicked around about buying a total, not a total, I have a total gym, but the other gym that LeBron uses that mounts on the wall. I can't think of the name of it, but one of my former coworkers, Shelly, she has that gym and she's lost a lot of weight. I have the Chuck Norris gym and it's a nice one. And it still has plastic on it. So I don't want to spend a tonal. That's what it's called, tonal. I was going to get it. It's like $4,500, but just to hang on the wall. And then you have to pay a subscription for it, which is not a problem. My thing is, it's not the finances, it's the fact that I'm going to spend money on it. And then it's just going to sit there and draw cobwebs. Right. So I don't want to do that. My husband can tell you, we've had beautiful equipment and we ended up putting hanging clothes on it. So I'm just saying, when you know, right? So I have to hold myself accountable. So I have weights, rubber bands, resistance bands, just simple things that I could be doing myself, right? I've always struggled with my weight. Like I'll get really thin. I can post pictures of how thin I was, curves and all. And then now I'm at my heavier point again. So I have to balance that out. And that's one thing that I have to hold myself accountable for. So I wanted to share a couple of things with you, some of the things that I do that I've been doing like for the past, I don't know, 7, 8 years, maybe. Not probably 10, but 7 or 8 years at least. And first and foremost, before I get started, I wanted to talk some yarn. So yesterday, I went out to Michael's and I haven't been yarn shopping in months. And I do mean months. And I went specifically to go find this color red. Karen cakes, okay, or Karen, 1 pound. And I had to go to 2 different stores because they closed Joann's down. While I'm making a blanket, I started a blanket for my grandson, one of my grandsons. And, he loves Superman and Spider-Man. So I did this. I started this little swatch and I texted him and he didn't text me back. So then I left him a voicemail. Imagine that, leaving my grandson a voicemail. Then he called me. He goes, "Oh, my phone was on Do Not Disturb. I don't know what's going on. But I'm just watching TV." And I'm like, "Okay, well, do you like the colors?" And he's like, "Yeah, I like it. How long is it going to be before it's done?" I said, "That's a cardinal no. Don't ask Nisi. Don't ask AKA Granny how long it's going to take for me to crochet something. My sisters are still waiting on their stuff. Okay, little boy." So I started off with this scheme. And this was part of a blanket that I had did for my brother. Okay, so this one I did for myself, but now my sister hijacked it. This is Tracy's now, right? So this, I know you guys have seen this before in video. This is a huge blanket. It's Afghan. Okay, and the color's pretty. I don't even know if you can see it on camera, but it has such pretty colors, right? So this is her blanket. And then I did Derry's blanket. This is his. I need to tie it off right here at the end. So this is a moss stitch pattern. So it's a tight weave. See where your feet won't go through, your toes won't go through the blanket. But I'm finished with his blanket. This is his. And then I have Tijuana's and I have Lonnie's, which is right here. Here you go. See, I've got it. And Tijuana's is in the other room, and Simone's is in the other room. Big Simone, little Simone and Ruby. I gotta find y'all's. I packed it away when I moved here in this house. I started it, and I don't know where the heck it's at. Like, I started it when I came out to California when my sister passed, when we was there. I went to go see my sister, rest in peace, Tammy. Before right around the time she was sick and she was going to pass, I went home and I started a blanket for them, and I have it. I just got to find it because when I tell you guys, I have so much stuff you would not even believe. Okay. I've been I don't like to use the word bless because that's not a good word. Bless actually means to be less. I have abundance. I've been given abundance. And with that comes great responsibility, right? So I have to find their blanket, but I wanted to show on camera, here is Lala's blanket. Tijuana's blanket is also, and Simone's blanket is in the other room. So when I was out yesterday, I bought me some more yarn. I'm going to make myself a tank top with this color. Look, it's cotton yarn. It's Karen Cotton Painterly Cakes. And this is the tank top on the back of like that. Okay. But it's going to be in this color. And I'm going to wear it with a jacket, like a beige color, bone colored jacket for the winter time. So it's going to be my little tank top kind of winter thing. And I may put like a t-shirt underneath it to wear and dress it up with jewelry and heels and stuff like that. But I'm going to make me something eventually. So that's going to go in my house of tricks. So for me, when I was out yesterday, I stopped by my favorite place. We've got a juicer over here that I need to crank out and, cut this pineapple up. I love pineapples. So I got this when I was out. And then I got dragon fruit, right? I'm going to cut this up and eat this with my favorite snack, my kiwi. I have kiwi and strawberries, and that's what I love to eat. So I'm going to be juicing those. And then I made, the other night I made some stir fry, you guys, absolutely phenomenal. It was so good. And I just picked up some frozen veggies that were already cut up, threw that in the pan. I got some fresh purple onions. Oh, they were strong. Green onions, garlic, fresh ginger, threw that in with some real butter, right? Amish butter, threw that in, let that simmer, and then I threw in all the vegetables. Then I pan fried them, kind of simmered them. I put in scallops, and then I threw in the sweet and sour sauce, and then I put in some udon noodles. Oh my God, that's so good. And in a separate pan, I have this ginger scallion mix that I got from HEB, which I love HEB. If you're here in Texas, you know about HEB. I put that in a pan with some butter, garlic, and ginger, and stirred that. The shrimps was so good. It was so, so good. My husband was like, that was a good dish. I'm like, yeah, it's something simple. So I made that. But when I stopped yesterday, I picked up my juices. So look, this is filtered H2O strawberry, lemon, and agave. Oh my God, so good. And then this one is apple, cucumber, kale, lemon, and spinach. This one is good. It's one of my favorite ones. And then they have a lemon, agave, charcoal, and filtered H2O, which is really, really good. It's charcoal, so the bottle is going to look black, but it is so good. And it has that lemon taste. Oftentimes, I used to go get IVs. I got an IV the other day on Friday. When I got off work early Friday, and I typically don't go do them anymore. Number one, now because I don't trust the medical establishment, the corporations anymore. I've just stopped. But I went because I was feeling kind of so I got the IV and I got a spike of glutathione, and then I'm going to schedule an appointment to do some red light therapy while I'm there because I'm a member. Well, I was a member of the spa, and I kind of canceled my membership because I was paying for it every month, but I wasn't going. So it's like I could spend money on something else, paying something else off, rather than utilizing something that I'm spending money on something I'm not utilizing, if that makes sense. So, for me, my point is the juicing, getting the right mineral contents and the vegetables is much, much better than going to get an IV, right? I'm all about wellness and hydration and doing what makes sense and what's best for you, right? So, I just wanted to share those little things with you guys. I'm not going to be on here long. I just wanted to check in with everybody. Hold on. Sorry. I just wanted to check in with everybody and show you just a couple things that I do to kind of take myself away from the world as you know it. I have created this sanctuary that I like to call for myself and my husband, where you come in here, it's zen, it's peaceful, it's tranquil. It's not a lot of BS, not a lot of drama, like soft music playing, or, we watch the TV for 15, 20 minutes. Sometimes we do have movies that we watch, but we haven't been watching a lot of TV. I have been reading more than I've been watching TV. The TV's actually hanging on the wall and watches me more. They watch me more than I use it. But for me, I wanted to create this tranquil place and peaceful environment. I've been using a lot of white sage lately. And so for me, I love, the ambiance is wellness, tranquility, and relaxation for me. So, I don't have a lot of visitors. My husband and I, we intentionally don't do that, right? But for me, I want to create a space that is loving and kind and open. When we go outside, our ground in our backyard, and that's one thing that we're working on now, is getting some other stuff done. Everything takes money and it takes time. So, for us, we're older now, and we're at a certain point in our life now where when we were in our 30s and our 40s is different. We're in our 60s. I'm damn near 60. I'm 56. My husband's in his 60s. So it's like now our lifetime, our goals and our life perspective has changed, right? So we want more of a calm, relaxing environment. We have our children over, our a few close family friends that may come by. We may do something, throw something on the grill and relax outside and listen to music, play, board games, watch a good movie, that type of thing. But, I am more focused on reading and learning and growing as much. So I wanted to share that with you. So, I do sage. And a lot of people I can hear, especially with the religious dichotomy, oh, you've got sage and you're burning, that's witchcraft. And what's the other thing they say? Oh, the crystals, you can't use crystals and believe in Jesus and all that. I don't follow that narrative. And the reason why I don't is because I understand what this is, who runs this realm, and what we are and what we possess on the inside, right? So what I have done is I have taken the sage and I've walked through my son's place, and I've kind of saged his house, and I also did a tuning session in his home too as well. And I need to do that for my other son, him and his wife. I want to definitely go by there and sage it. And I know they've had a christening probably, but my thing is, when you know certain things, you grow, and then you motivate or you show others, right? And I'm not saying I know everything, because I don't, but I love to research and I love to read. And at the end of the day, like I tell people, I don't know shit, I just read. I'm just telling you. But my thing is, yes, sage is really good for relaxation and clearing your space and having a more positive energy. See, I'm going to tell you, the reason why I don't like a lot of people coming into our home and into this space is because it affects you whether you know it or not. You already have enough piping in with the TV and the dirty electrical and the frequencies from the cell phone towers, them spraying the skies. You already have enough that you're battling with on a daily. You don't need to bring that extra energy into your home, right? So the purpose of you using this is to clear the energy and to give you a more peaceful and tranquil and relaxing mind state. So that's why I use the sage, right? And I have a little shell that I put it in and a little wood stick that I use. Also, I don't know if you can hear it on camera. Tuning forks. Very good. You take the base, you strike it with the puck, or you could strike it with your hand, your palm of your hand. And this one is the 128 hertz. The difference between the weighted versus the non-weighted is the weighted, you can feel it. It's a vibrational tuning. And you know, your body is electromagnetic and you're tuning your electromagnetic energy field. This is also good for back pain, acupuncture, you know, any type of pain that you're having, you can actually put it on your arm and it'll help tune that space, right? So I am actually going to be getting into purchasing more tuning forks and then building a nice set. I have just a small set right now that I don't utilize all the time. Like I need to tune my husband today. I definitely need to do that. And you can feel it. I don't know if you can hear that on camera. When I struck the hockey puck, this is 128 hertz. This one, I think is 512. Let me see. No, this is 136. I have one that's, this is 256, 128, 156. And I think I have, let me see. I didn't grab the other set that I got. This is 384 hertz. Now you can tell the difference between, if you can hear that on camera. This is more for auditory, relaxation, meditation, that type of thing, to get you in the zone. That's the difference. I mean, you can use the non-weighted for modalities, for energy work and for wellness, but the ones with the weights are the ones that you can actually hear and you can actually feel. You can hear it on camera. And this is where you would you'd strike it with the puck, you take the base and then you put it to your chest, or you do your energy centers, right? And that's how you tune or align your body. You tune your energy field, your electromagnetic energy field. Also, another good thing that I wanted to share with you guys too, just research tuning forks. I'm telling you, there's all kinds of good information out there. You know, shout out to my sister from another, Mr. Valerie. I haven't talked to her in the last couple of days. I probably need to call her today and see how she's doing. We have these long conversations every time she and I get on the phone, but we are both of the same mindset that we like to share information with people. And then, you know, you do your own research. Now, one thing I want to show you that I do have, and then we're going to get into some things that I take. I don't take them all the time, but I do rotate them in my diet. Is this, wait, hold on. Let me do it this way. I don't know how loud it is on camera. Now I've actually gone outside and I've actually held a fork up by the trees out in my backyard, the real tall pines. And I've actually went out there and I've hugged my tree and talked to my tree. I've done that. I have a favorite tree out there that I go stand out there by and talk to. I have huge trees. I think we had over 60 trees on our property. And I'm telling you, we've spent over 10 grand just on trying to get trees done and dirt work. And we're still not even done. I'm just telling you, it's expensive. It's expensive. If we had a good 60,000, all that stuff would have been done. But we're doing it in stages because it takes time and it takes money and we have to live and there's things that we have to do. So, you know, but my point is I've gone out there and I've done sessions with my tree. I know y'all like, oh boy, baby girl's on some bullshit today, but I'm just trying to tell you. And then of course, one of the things that I'm a good proponent of, Everyday Dose. This is my subscription. It came in because, you know, I was out. I was like, oh my God. But then I realized I don't like to use that word, prepper, but I keep things on hand for situations. And so I had one already. So I always keep a couple of months supply of stuff, you know. And I was doing that before the pandemic happened, but this is my coffee. They have matcha tea. I'm telling you guys, you need to try it. It is an earthy taste. And I'm going to tell you, I have Rise coffee too. Rise has oats. I know Chief is a big proponent of Rise and he drinks Everyday Dose, but I love Everyday Dose. I'm telling you, hands down. If I don't have that, then, you know, I've tried to do Starbucks every now and then, and I'm telling you, it doesn't taste the same. I'm used to the taste. So with that being said, I want to transition into this really quick because like I said, I wasn't going to make this video too long. I wanted to provide some things that I do to kind of help someone else that may be interested. the next thing that I know that we're going to, with doing the garden outside and finishing up the rest of the yard, is to make a purchase on a whole house water system. Okay. I know that we're going to do that. And then also I want to do a cymatics or a sound frequency generator machine. Okay. I am going to get one of those. And then after that, that's it. But I wanted to share with you, when I do drink water, and you know, it has PFAS in it. I do have a distiller, which I do use, but I also buy the distilled water. All right. And I know PFAS is in everything. It's in forever chemicals are in pretty much everything. So it's going to be damn near impossible to get that out without diet and just fasting, right? But my point is, I drink vapor distilled water. I do my juices, my fruits, and my vegetables. I also do what's called a castor oil pack, or an organic castor oil pack, and I put that on my feet and on my stomach. Okay, this is organic castor oil, and I know back in the day when I was young, in the 70s and 60s and 70s, I was born in 69, so in the 70s, my Aunt Queen would give me a couple of teaspoons of castor oil. I hated that stuff. She'd have to chase me around the house and threaten me. Her and my brother, or her and my other aunties, they'd have to grab me and hold me down and make me take this nasty brown stuff. But now, can you believe I'm using it? So is it conditioning? Is it programming? I don't know. But I'm telling you, castor oil is a good thing to have in your bag of tricks. Now, this is a magnetic. What do you call it? A coaster. And what I do is I charge my water. I also do have a hydrogen water bottle that charges my water and infuses it with hydrogen, that I do utilize that. So that's something that you could utilize too. Just small things to change, to improve on your well-being and who you are as an individual, as a sentient one, right? Another book I want to share with you guys is Holy Sciences. I would highly recommend you get this book. You can read this over a weekend. Chief Red Wolf had pointed me in this direction of the science of sacred secretion. Victoria Laulu and Kelly Marie Kerr, which I do have the calendar in there. Shout out to Mark Limehouse. He actually bought the same book, and he actually has the same calendar, where you can time your monthly cycle as to when your seed drops and when you should do your fasting. More importantly, when your birthday comes about, the week before your birthday, you want to prep, like 2 weeks before your birthday, and during the week of your birthday, you want to fast and you want to prep and you want to pray, right? You want to meditate and you want to fast. You want to clear yourself, your temple, and you want to get yourself ready, right, for this sacred secretion that happens once a month, right? Also, another good book, Lost Teachings of Atlantis. Shout out to Jules. She's on one of my Facebook pages. She's actually John Peniel's protege. And this is a great book, Atlanteans, Thoth the Atlantean, The Lost Teachings of Atlantis. It has a lot of history about Earth. You can tell it's well read and marked up in here. And it actually has a diet and wellness thing to consider, exercises and, sacred breath. And it, talks about and teaches you how to breathe. And, all these things can help with the betterment of you, because like Original Lone Wolf said in his video, people are bugging out. They're wigging out. They're coming unglued. I mean, a lot of people are facing a lot of stuff. They're just trying to survive, let alone do any of the things that I'm speaking on. And maybe something that I say will help you in your path, to trigger you, to help you to do a little bit more research. You got a cell phone. There's your computer in your hand, right? All these things I'm talking about, yeah, it takes a little bit of money, but just the knowledge and the research and the things that you will gain from it, the benefits of you, right? So the science of sacred secretion, the holy sciences, the lost teachings of Atlantis, this will help you in your ascension journey. If you only buy one of the books, I would say get the lost teachings of Atlantis. That with the fact of fresh fruits, fresh vegetables, juicing. Also, what I take when I think about it is flaxseed oil. Okay. I take 2 teaspoons of this in the morning. And then also at night, when I think about it, because I don't do it all the time, I take magnesium powder with a little bit of cherry juice. And it's like my sleepy time mocktail that helps me to sleep also. Cleansing and fasting is another good thing that I want to talk to you about. I didn't grab it before I came over here on camera, but I know that I've shown you guys before. There's these pills that you can take that are castor oil pills. You put them in the freezer, and then, and then you take 5 pills every single day for 7 days. Okay. And then you give your body rest. Now, when you take these pills, you are going to go to the bathroom. I'm just going to tell you that. So you need to do it at a time that, if you're on holiday or if you have a few days off, even if you do it for 3 days, right? And do a cleanse for 3 days where you do this parasite cleanse, and then you take those pills. And then you, after you take the castor oil pills, then you switch to the whole clove pills, and you take those for another 7 days. Okay. And I'm going to show you something, and I don't want you guys to go, oh my God, I don't want you guys to wig out on me. I'm just going to show you my little arsenal. This is one of many, but I utilized this stuff during the last 5 years of the pandemic, right? And I can tell you for my body, when I stayed on this regimen, I did not get sick. After I got off the regimen and got complacent, then I finally got the colds. I'll put it that way. Okay. And it wasn't severe. I thought I had a sinus infection. So I had gotten steroids and a round of antibiotics because I have, of course, breathing issues. I have asthma. So I have to be very careful about certain things. So, I kept up with this regimen during the course of the pandemic, and I prepped and I had everything together for my sons. And I actually did like little baskets for them. 1 second. Sorry. And I'm just going to show you on camera a few things. All right. I'm not a doctor, not a licensed practitioner or anything. I'm just simply telling you what I did for myself and what works for Carolyn, what works for me. Now, if you most definitely want to do an over-the-counter, what do you call it, dewormer, I would recommend this one, Rhesus Pinworms. This was recommended by a healthcare professional. I've done multiple types of parasite cleanses. I actually went and got the ivermectin and did that. And then I had this cream that I put all over my face and my body, even the soles of my feet, under my arms, everywhere except my private parts. And had to wait till that stuff, was absorbed into my body. And then I had to take the ivermectin, and that was like, that was in of itself a job, and drinking, spring water and things like that. But that's one whole parasite cleanse you can do. This is another one that you can do. Okay. And I've given you 3, the ivermectin, this pinworm one, and then the castor oil pills with cloves. Also, there's a protocol of vegetables that you can take also that will help clear out the parasites. But you have to circumvent or follow up with the cloves, whatever you do. All right. With the clove tablets. The ivermectin will get rid of the parasites, but you got to think. You've got to understand that we're in the West and we're not taught to do these cleanses. And it's very important for you to maintain this. And when I say that, meaning you need to do a parasite cleanse at least twice a year, if not 3, but at least twice a year. Okay. And this is a good one. Okay. For a certain type of worm. Now, there are different types of cleanses for different types of worms. You need to research that. One thing that I did take, and then I do put under my nose, especially when I fly, and I use for hand sanitizing. I did use it for the kitchen counter, but then I started using the Bactroban, is the silver gel. And you can get that from Studio Reykjavik, Paul Cottrell. There was another gentleman that was sued and got closed down by a medical board. This is his brand, but I think this was My Doctor Suggests. I don't know if he's still producing this or not, but I know that you can get this from Paul Cottrell. I had a shit ton of this. I'm telling you, I bought boxes of this. So I'm talking thousands of dollars. So I prep for things like that, right? So another thing I can tell you is really good is olive leaf. And Chief does do independent lab third-party testing. I don't. Just certain brands that I use, that I've been utilizing, and so I've stuck with that brand. I don't go choosing different off brands, right? And I guess I could do third-party testing, but I have not. And I'm just telling you what I use, right? It's up to you to do your own research. There's the clove tablets I was telling you about. I didn't bring over the castor oil pills so you could see them, but these are the clove tablets. This one is a brand new bottle that I haven't used. I'll tell you, I buy in bulk. She Legit. Okay, the black goo. Very good for you to take as a supplement. And I got this for my husband. You can see it on camera. Look. And you just take it and you mix it in your teas, right? He's been taking it. You just scoop this out and you put a couple little pats in your tea and you drink it. He has a Yeti water bottle, so he puts it in this water bottle and he utilizes that. Another good cleanse would be the maca, fenugreek, ashwagandha, and the tongkat. That's another one. There was another one. I have one with wormwood. I got to see where it's at. And I don't take these all every day. Okay, these are just periodically. Candida bacitracin. This is another one that Valerie turned me on to from Pure Labs or Metagenics. This is another good one for Candida. A lot of things, a lot of ailments that people are experiencing, inflammation and all types of symptoms like diabetes, I can't think of that disorder that people have. It'll come to me in a second. But a lot of things are triggered by parasites, you guys. I mean, literally, if you do the research, you'll see that it's candida, which is yeast, and parasites. Dr. Group is here in Houston. He's another good professional that I've actually interacted with, and I've gotten his cleanses, though I've done them on camera. I've showed you before. This one, you just want to research, and I can post it. It's Global Healing, Global Health. And then Yaki Awaken is another good one, another good person to get information from. I'm telling you, there's a lot of good information out there, but you just got to do your research and you just got to go through. This is a brand new bottle I haven't opened. This is gold, monatomic gold is what it is. This is liver cleanse that I got. Let's see, hold on. Trace minerals. I got a ton of these because I drink the distilled water. I put a couple of drops of the trace minerals in my water, right? And because with distilled water, it's going to pull the minerals out of your body. So spring water is actually the best. That's why I said the whole house filtration system we're going to do. So just a couple of drops. Okay. Put it in there, shake it up, and then you drink it. You can put it in your juice too. Also, another good thing I'm going to show you, C60, buckyballs. Research it. I put this in my mushroom coffee. I don't do it all the time. I do it for maybe 5 days and then I stop. So I'm just telling you, I don't do these things all the time. I just recently started taking the niacin once a day. One pill, 500 milligrams. I might go up to 1,000 milligrams. But this is good for helping to prevent a heart attack. You need to research niacin, okay? I'm telling you, there's a lot of natural supplements out there that people are not aware of. Black currant, another good one, okay? Zinc, you want to take that with your vitamin C. During the virus, I took 10,000 milligrams of shit. I'm telling you, between the vitamin C, the K2, the D3, and then with the colloidal silver, and then the monatomic gold, I was probably lit up like a Christmas tree around here. If you would have did my curling photography, you'd be like, all my chakras are on because of all the stuff that I was taking, right? And then another thing that I take is a good probiotic for my stomach. Now, I do take this every day, okay? Even with the juicing, I still take a probiotic, right? The theory is once you start eating healthier and you're getting all the minerals and the supplements you need from your food, you don't have to take the supplements, okay? That's the truth. But to be honest with you, the soil has been depleted of minerals. So even though you're eating healthy, you're still going to be deficient. That's the point that you need to know. So you do have to go get your labs done. I know people don't like to go into these institutions, but I'm telling you, you have to get your labs done. Dionysus clay is good in the arsenal. Okay. This is Gut Scrub Happy Bum, Happy Booty. Okay. It's a very good brand. Okay. I'm just telling you. Another one I use is Pure Labs. Okay. This is for my hormones and stuff like that. Because I had a partial hysterectomy years ago. And so my hormones are out of whack, and then I'm getting older, right? Here's the other cleanse I was going to tell you guys about. Black walnut, wormwood, clove bud, pumpkin seed, and artichoke. Okay, and I'm at 34 minutes, so I'm great. Jump off here. But another thing I take during the day too, a probiotic and adrenal support from Gaia. So these two I take religiously every single day. I do take those every day. But the other stuff that I'm telling you, I don't take every day. Okay. Oregano leaf, very, very good. I do have the virus on I get a cold sore on my lip. So I do have to watch the oregano because that'll help flare it up or trigger it too. In some cases, if you take a lot of it, but I do take a paste that I mixed up that I have in there. Also, Chief Red Wolf turned me onto this. This is good for me, open up my lungs, the mullein leaf. I have a loose leaf tea that I use. I have hibiscus tea, mullein tea, and then I have another purple, I forget the name of the tea that I have. I love teas. I drink teas. And then this one, these are all given to me by my naturopath. The Dipro, this, and then this Meta. He had me on this for my hormone regulation. So, and I do have a naturopath that I do go see. I haven't seen him in a year, so it's going to be about time for me to go back in and be seen by him. Actually, it's probably been a year and a half that I've seen him. He's very expensive. Like insurance, you don't you don't pay. The insurance won't cover it. You have to pay out of pocket. Every time I go see him, it's $2,000. It's like $1,500 to $1,800. Then I come out with $300 worth of supplements. So, I mean, it's not, I know not everybody's has the ability to afford something like that and pay for something like that. And I'm very, very thankful that I'm able to do that. But with that being said, there are natural modalities that you can research and books that you can get that I can show you maybe on another video, right? That I didn't bring in here. Last thing I want to show you is from Dr. Group. This stuff is a wonderful cleanse right here. Okay, this is from Global Healing Center right here. These two. I'm going to hold them up so you can screenshot them. Global Healing. All right. I'm telling you, once you know, you know. And then this is the Oxy powder and the Latiflora. This is an older bottle. It's the same thing. They just changed the outside of the bottle. But, you know, those are some things. I was taking this Nutrafol, and they're a client of ours. I was taking this for my hair, and I stopped. Man, this bottle's $100. I have like a 10% left in the bottle. I'll probably finish it up. For hair growth, but I mean, my hair grows. I cut my hair. You see my hair is short. My hair was down my back. I cut it off. It's just hair. It's going to grow back. But I wanted to grow back thicker, but I just have thin hair, and that's because of the pale skin in me. I mean, that's just, no pun intended for my light skinned brothers and sisters, but, you know, my great grandfathers, you know, that's it. So this is me waking up out of bed. That's what my hair looks like. So I'm thinking about today's Sunday, thinking about going to a salon and just having them to cut all of this off. So this will be all gone. So I will have nothing but like a little small bead of hair on top of my head. And the reason why I'm cutting it is because I want to get this brown out of my hair, and I want all of my white to come in. I'm really trying to not go buy some color and color my hair again. I'm not doing that. I really want the white to come in because I know it's a privilege to have that. Where other people are wanting to hide their gray, like I did for so many years, because I've been gray since I was 17. I want to bring it out. I want it to come out. So the one time I want it to come out, it's not coming out fast enough, if that makes sense. But anyway, I just wanted to jump on here and share some love and tell you all, if no one's told you today, I love you. We are eternally bonded. And that's why I'm making this video, to just let you in my world, to let you see what I do, the things that I do. And you're like, oh my God, I literally have arsenals all around the house of stuff. I won't show everything on camera. But I did say I was going to do a video on bug out bags and on handguns. But I may do that at a later time, the handguns. But the bug out bags, I may do that here in the next couple of days, because women, ladies, there's things that you can keep in your purse and at the office that you would never think that you would need, but you need. So we may need to have a come to Jesus meeting on that one, right? If you believe in that type of thing, I'm saying. I do believe, not believe, I do know that there was a being that was here multiple Kalki avatars that have been here to show people the path, but we divert from the path because we're too busy following the people instead of the path that they showed you by emulating and living a certain way. So I am showing you how I live and the things that I do to bring me peace, to bring me stillness, to bring me happiness for myself as well as my husband. And when my children come over, when our children come over, we eat good, we fellowship, we joke, we act silly, we watch TV, we play games, and we reminisce on the things when they were younger, right? So, without any further ado, I'm going to bid you all a good day. And I appreciate you taking the time out to listen to me talk about multiple things, from yarn to books to sage to different techniques that I use for meditation, the tuning forks, the sage, the bowl here. I just wanted to share those things with you all because it's important to have a balance of good things, right? I don't know if you can hear that on camera. It's very relaxing. Very, 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 very relaxing. So without any further ado, I hope you guys have an amazing day. Thanks for stopping by and checking out my video. I'll be back again to do another reading. We're going to get into Test on the Cabbage Patch Kids. We're going to get into the actual orphan trains and the theory behind that, and just picking apart some information, just sharing some interesting things to you, but also things that can help you and benefit you. Out of everything on this table, if I was to tell you to get something, I would highly recommend this. You need to keep this in your purse. You need to keep this in your household. It is colloidal silver. Back in the day, the hospitals used to clean with this stuff. And back in the day, we used to have linen sheets on our beds. I'm just telling you, this by far was one of the best things that I invested in. And I'm telling you, just a little pat of this, and let me show you on camera, and I'm off of here. Well, I might be out. Daggone it. I might have to get another bottle in there. Yep, I'm out. No, here it is. See it? Gel. That's it. You can put it under your nose when you fly. Cleanse your hands. This is, I think this bottle is like $50 maybe. 50, 40, 50. So, I mean, you can get it in the, oh, and I didn't show you my, oh, here it is. My copper. Gold and the colloidal silver, copper, and this is my gold right here that I do take. But I don't take these every day, you guys. Look. During the winter season, though, when it starts to get cold out and things starts to change, especially with our colds, I do take this every day, okay? And then that's when I do my vitamins. Like, from the juicing, yes, but I also take the supplements. And when it gets really, really bad and people start getting sick around me, I take 10,000 milligrams of that stuff. And I'm telling you, based on my body and what I went through and point of me losing weight too, and I was smaller, I was exercising and I was attempting to eat better and attempting to maintain the weight and also to maintain that healthy lifestyle and mental state that I was in, right? And I mean, there's been points where I was very, very athletic and very healthy, but mentally and spiritually, I was not where I am today, if that makes sense. So everything is a journey. Everything is a process. What works for me may not work for you. Definitely get your own opinion from a licensed practitioner, whether it be a Reiki healer, a naturopath. AMD is not going to show all of these things. They're not going to show these things because they're busy writing scripts. I'm giving you alternatives to that and asking you to go do your research, right? That's what I'm sharing those things for. And then the last thing I have is zeolite, Z energy. This is really good to help pull out the toxins and also to, to help build upon with a healthy diet, right? With lots of fruits and vegetables and, less meat. I'm still consuming meat because I'm eating fish, shrimp, and crab and things like that. But my point is, at some point, I have to let that go too as well, right? I'm not on the red meats and the that type of thing. You know what I mean? But I still consume meat. but just not in the vernacular that I did before, the narrative that I did before, right? Anyway, thank you guys for joining me. I appreciate you taking the time out of your busy schedule just to listen to me, share some things with you. I hope this has been beneficial, and I hope you guys have an amazing day. This, again, is a health check. It's a sanity check. And if no one's told you today, I love you. We are eternally bonded. You're not in this alone. I'll talk to you guys soon.